when Jesus was buried, they put guards in front of the tomb and they sealed it up. And the guards were standing there all night long. In the morning, on Sunday morning, there were some women, and they were walking to the tomb because they wanted to see they wanted to pay their last respects. They wanted to put some incense and stuff and just take care of his body. And they were talking to each other, how are we going to get in? We have to get past the guards. We have to talk to them, let them break the seal, roll the stone away. Who's going to do that? And as they walk up, they see that in the night there's been an earthquake, and the guards have fainted with fright and are lying on the ground, and the stone is rolled away. And the women, they come up to the tomb, and they don't know what's going on. And they look inside, and the tomb is empty. And there's an angel sitting there, and he says to them, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Jesus is not here. He's resurrected." And so the women, they take off running, and they run to the disciples, and they say, the tomb is empty. And Peter and John, they don't believe the women. They want to see for themselves. And so they sprint to the tomb. And John gets there first, but he waits for Peter, and Peter rushes in and sees that it's empty, and all he sees is the rags that Jesus was wrapped in. And they both walk away bewildered. And they weren't the only ones who were bewildered. Mary Magdalene was also bewildered, but she reacted differently. She was walking through the garden. She was crying. And she notices someone out of the corner of her eye. And she turns and says, she thinks it's the gardener. And she says to him, "Oh, where have you taken him? Where have you taken my Lord?" And Jesus, he looks at her and he says, "Mary." And she looks up and she realizes that it's not the gardener, it's Jesus. And she just runs to him, and she's so thankful to see him. And he says, "Look, Mary, you can't just keep this good news for yourself. Go back and tell the disciples." And so she goes and tells the disciples. And Jesus had also told her that he would meet the disciples up in Galilee. And so that's where they start to go. But the story doesn't just end with them. The guards, we left them at the tomb. And they wake up and they realize that they're in trouble. They've failed their one duty. And so they sprint to the temple and they tell the Jewish leaders, this is what happened. There was an earthquake and an angel came and the stone is rolled away and the tomb is empty now. And the temple leaders, they say to them, "Look, we've got your back. We'll cover up for you. You just need to go around telling people that the disciples stole the body." And so that's where they go. And so that's the story of the resurrection.